Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey
Welcome
guys,
back. What's up,
Good to see
guys?
everybody.
it's good to be here.
Yeah,
Thanks for
welcome
having me
back,
on today.
Joseph. It's been a while
It's
since you've
been a
been.
long time. I was just before the show. I was reviewing a bunch of the pictures and stuff that I wanted to show tonight, and I was like, God, where did I leave off last time I was on the show? And I kept scrolling back and back and back, and I was like, oh,
Oh
this is going to be a lot of
man.
stuff.
Oh. And then every time you're on, everyone's like, "Go give us a tour. Go walk us through." And yeah, we end up spending all the time going through everything.
I
Yes.
know, I
It's
know, but this time, unfortunately, I don't have as impressive a backdrop as you guys. I'm doing
Uh,
it from my computer this time, so I could show all the pictures.
it's
nice.
okay.
It's all right.
Man, I got this big escaping shot. I've been all lighting over here. Gabe, how you doing?
Good. You're good. How are you, brother? Look at that,
Good.
dude.
Good.
That Death Star.
Man,
Jeez, that's crazy, dude.
it looks like a picture
It
right
does.
there, doesn't it? I mean,
Go stand by.
this.
Yeah, people don't realize. Like that's what. Like until you get that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You just
Jeez.
don't get the scale
Yeah,
until you see him standing next to it. It's insane.
that is massive.
That's crazy.
Jeez.
And even crazier, that's a full sphere, right?
Yes.
As opposed to the
Yeah,
original model, which is only half a sphere on a backdrop.
exactly. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. So for those people that don't know, Joseph, that's a great point. So the original Death Star was 3 feet. So this is the actual diameter of the original one, and this actual Death Star 2 was approximately 5 feet in diameter. So
Yeah.
but yeah, it's Mike Salzo killed it, man. He did everything installed flawless. And for all you people out there that know Star Killer and the medical frigate incident, this backdrop is the reinforced solid steel. You can Tarzan off that bitch.
Good. That's probably the next question that we're all gonna ask, right?
I know.
Reinforce it. Like, is it good to go?
Yes. So right now you guys can't see it, but I took an image. I don't know what Gabe put up, but yesterday he's like, "Hey, try to get a picture, and if you want to get the Star Destroyer in there." Well, I took this image, and I mean, it looks like just a screenshot. It was just so incredible. I think I shared it with you, Joseph.
Well,
I
yeah.
just
Yeah.
was so excited. I just couldn't stop looking at that photograph because it's like, wow,
Yeah.
I could just
Wow.
imagine those ILMers messing with this stuff, So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got some good pictures of it, so we'll show them right now, and
sure.
so you can show it up close and stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's crazy. Like the scale, and that's the thing with your collection is that a lot of people don't realize, like, because even when you post the videos and all that stuff, it's like you don't get that the scale really until you stand. And you're not a small guy, Michael, right? Like, how tall are you? 6
Hey,
foot?
6 foot.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
6. So you're a tall guy, and
Yeah.
anytime you stand next to it, that's like it's impressive to see the scale, especially like the Star Destroyer and the medical
Yes.
frigate, and it's like,
Yeah, it's
geez.
crazy, you're right? Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I think that something that a lot of people don't consider is how size and volume are related, right? Because you think, okay, it's 3 feet, big deal. We have lots of things that are 3 feet, but a 3-foot diameter sphere is a huge volume. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't realize that,
right.
until they see it.
When Salzo opened up the trunk of that van, I was like, holy shit.
Well, I mean, even just right now, you standing in front of it, right?
Yeah.
'Cause you're probably what, like 4 feet in front of it, maybe?
I'm about 4 feet in front of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, it looks small because you're right.
Yeah.
You
It's crazy.
it's almost impossible to tell like that scale until you stand right next to it. It's wild.
Yeah. It's crazy. I'm so grateful to Mike Salzo. He did such a great job. And
And some of those pictures you posted, I mean, I even asked you, I was like, man, is the Endor planet backlit? Because it really did seem like it was like it's really bright.
People ask that quite a bit. That one picture I shared with you, Gabe, it's really cool. I don't know if you have that one. But it's kind of like because where we're at, like if on the lower angle, you can't tell at this angle where the camera is on this, but it's lit down here. And I was me and Joseph.
Here, let me see if I can. Which one?
Okay, not that one.
Yeah.
Not that. No. That one right there,
Yeah.
right there. So look at this. This is no photo. I mean, I stood back and I kept going where I wouldn't get the wall in there.
No.
But if you look at this picture, this is kind of cool because when you see the stars on the backdrop, it looks in some of the pictures like this one here. Let me show you.
Yeah, dude. That's
in this classic, this picture right here, guys. If y'all see this,
yeah,
that one right there, you can see through the Death Star, you can see some of the stars on some of it, right? And that image that you just pulled up, the lighting in there looks just like the lighting in the stars. So it looks like it's actually illuminated through the stars.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. This picture looks crazy cool too. Took it upward.
I just love it, man. But look at that. That's great. That's Mike Salzo right there, guys. And
see, like this one, the Moon of Endor looks like it's backlit.
Yeah,
it's so bright against the Death Star.
What is it? What's the print? Is it
okay? So the guy that does a lot of he does a lot of automotive vehicle wraps and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's that same type of vinyl material.
Oh, okay. So it's vinyl. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So he uses aluminum back grid, so it's sturdy, and he puts it on there for me.
Because it's incredible to see, like, now for consumers, there's so many options, right? For printing. You can print on metal, you can print on glass, you can get acrylic prints, where it's like printed on the back of a piece of acrylic, and so there's lots of different methods. So it's interesting to know how you went about that. Because your Death Star, the backdrop in your gallery where you used to have all the ships mounted, that was like wallpaper.
Exactly, right? But it was the same type of stuff, Joseph.
It's the same material.
Yeah, it's just that it went against sheetrock, smooth sheetrock that wasn't textured. It didn't have a texture on it. Mm-hmm. So they were able to do that for those people out there. But I will tell you guys, a lot of the people that's followed us from the beginning remember the way those backdrops looked with the ships on there, and they're legitimate. They look like real photo images,
Yeah,
I love
this is my favorite picture of all time that Gabe had up there. I can't believe how good that looks. Yeah, because Mike I don't know if Joseph knew, but when I moved this Star Destroyer in here, I don't know if I might have pulled something, but we had the whole top off and upside down. We had this thing hanging in less than 30 minutes. There was not one issue. Everything went so perfect. But then we had to completely take the the Star Destroyer completely apart. Oh, it was a nightmare. Oh, but it's all the lighting's all fixed on it now. But
and that's the thing. Like, let me see if I can zoom in. Like, it all lights up. Like all the little windows light up. Like,
y'all see the little Phillips on the dish? I'm like, hey, is there like a little cover for that? He goes, no, that's just how it is. I'm like, oh, okay.
The detail's crazy.
Yeah. No, Mike really, that was a lot of work. I know that was a lot of work for him.
He was like record
year trying to figure out how he was going to do this, right? Because the original one is all photo etch.
Yes.
And it's just impossible to do that, right?
Mike told me, and I didn't know this, Joseph, you might know it, but he said that to have done it in photo etch would have been about $500,000.
Well, you got to think about it this way. It's like it took all the model makers at ILM 6 months taking turns. Man hours involved for one person to try and do that in their garage. One, it would just be debilitating, I think. Two, photo etch is brass, right? And you're talking about a lot of brass that would be very, very heavy, but it's also incredibly delicate. So it would be so fragile. You'd touch it and it would, like, the stuff would bend. So I can understand why it can't be done. There isn't a really good solution, though, to replace photo etch, right? Because it's so thin, but yet, it's able to maintain its shape because it's brass.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't do that. You can't do it with resin. You can't do it with 3D printing. You can't do it. There's no other way to do it.
Yeah.
So,
And kind of a little, when we were, I heard this on the Nerf Herder show, Chris and them were all talking, and Chris didn't even know, but you might have known, Joseph, but when this thing was originally built, if you see the original model, the dish is on the right side.
yeah.
So this thing is flipped.
Mm.
So George Lucas mirrored this to the image to what you see right here.
Yeah. They built it. It was the reverse of what it was supposed to be.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of it at the archives.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, it's crazy to see, and like the details on it are just insane.
Yeah.
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 So Michael, is that room pretty much? I always say that, right? Is it done? Like, is there anything else that's going in there that you're waiting for?
So I've got a background ship that I'm getting after Wonderfest from Jason. It's another pretty cool model that some people might have already seen. And then just a couple of like John Simmons is creating one of the background Battlestar Galactica ships. And I'm gonna end up getting that from him. I think it's working out. We just figured that out. But other than that, no.
By the way, Michael, speaking of Battlestar Galactica, did you get the message I sent you today?
I did. Thank you, by the way.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw this, Gabe, but Factory Entertainment released the first in their line of Battlestar Galactica props today.
It's a blaster, no?
Colonial Blaster.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, so I was gonna. Are you getting it?
Yeah, but I mean, the crazy thing is, it's not a pre-order.
Oh.
It's they already made it, and they have it in stock. It ships out Monday. So
I'm just gonna tell you, Joseph. I know Gabe's, most of everybody on the show, but I'm maxed, dude.
I think we all are.
I don't know what is even going to believe the conversation when we say this. They're just like, okay, hey, let's order up a pizza while they're bullshitting right now. But where I'm at, when this thing, the frigate fell off in the model room, I hadn't been in here. It was kind of depressing, and I just wasn't the way I wanted it. Kind of how Joseph feels when he goes into his room. I had to throw that in.
I know.
No, but now that everything is back together, I do have a beautiful display case that's going to be here, acrylic, that I'm building for the Viper prototype from Steve Gawley, along with the Cylon helmet that you helped me with, Gabe, to get. I was so excited about that. So I'm creating a really cool display and for that. But other than that, I'm just going to start really. How many of us on this show? How many of us? I mean, Joseph, how often do you really enjoy these things?
I enjoy the individual things, but I never get to really enjoy, a gallery because it's such a mess all the time. And it's true. And the problem is that there's no shortage of stuff coming out. I mean, look, that Colonial Blaster got dropped today. If you're a Battlestar Galactica fan, day before yesterday, they released the another 1/6 scale DeLorean Time Machine 2 from Blitzway, the part 2.
Okay, wait. Somebody sent me a thing. What is that about? What's up with that?
It's basically it's like the Hot Toys one, but it's much more like it's got real leather seats and everything's automatic. So it's like when you touch the car, like with a magnet, the wheels actually fold under for it to fly, like it's all motorized.
Are you getting that, Gabe?
I had it in my inbox and I was like, oh man. Because it's gonna be displayed up high.
It's not really it's pretty cheap.
It is. It's
considering what it does. I mean, look, even the doors open automatically, the window rolls, it's like a power window. It's actually got a motor that rolls down the windows.
Okay, are you getting it, Joseph?
Me? Oh yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna have you got all the other 3?
I have the other 3, but this one will get hung.
Okay.
Because it's so I can,
that's the other thing that I started noticing, like a lot of little details, like those exhaust things in the back.
But they were never lit though.
No, they were in the film.
They were?
and they're black, and the Hot Toys is like it's almost the same color as the DeLorean. They're like gray.
I know that back in. I don't ever remember seeing those lit ever.
That's because you never saw the second movie.
Oh, that's true.
But like they use like realistic wires, right? As opposed to like
Yeah,
kind
and
of
little things like
molded.
the Hot Toys one was missing the cable ties. This has cable ties. Like, so there's a lot more detail. And
the interior.
I think the biggest thing, which is a huge difference, is that the grill that goes all the way around the DeLorean that lights up in blue actually lights up on this one. It doesn't light up on the Hot Toys one.
Oh, that's right. It
Yeah.
doesn't.
I'm getting to there. It is.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Badass.
But again,
because
like,
I have the 3, and it's like I've got one at Dark Side, the original one I got from you, Gabe,
mhm.
and then the other 2 I just got sitting on the floor. You know,
I see. I like this base better than the Hot Toys one.
Exactly. Yeah.
It just looks classier. Like, I don't know. It just looks a little more.
do you have any of them right now, Gabe?
Yeah, I have the part 2. I have this one.
Okay, so when you sold me the other one, you wanted the part 2. That
Yeah,
was kind of your thinking, right?
That's exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, and I got the first one from Joseph. So it's like
That's right.
all 3 of us have owned
That's
that
right.
one.
Yeah, that's been in all 3 of our hands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is the one I really truly wanted, like all along. But I love the interior. I love the fact that everything lights up separately, like it all, you know.
Yeah, they did.
So is it
really
still in
nice
your
job.
inbox or no?
Yeah, it's still in there because they haven't sold out, and I'm like, oh, man. But again, it's here's the thing with me. It's these damn boxes. Like I just went through months of trying to clear out the garage because remember I told you guys like I'm gonna convert my garage into the collection room, and just clearing out those boxes was a nightmare, man. There's just so many. They're so big, and I'm just thinking, I'm like, man, that's just another giant box that I have no idea where I'm gonna put, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I have seen people who have just bit the bullet and just dumped all their boxes.
I mean, I was
It's
almost
painful to watch, but yeah,
I was almost at that point, especially because I don't did I talk about how I broke my back?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Oh, not on the show, but
not on the show, right? I didn't talk about it on the show. So a couple months ago, I was clearing out the garage, and I have like this little crawl space, attic space, kind of on on the second story, and I was on this 6-foot ladder, standing on the part that says "Do not stand," because I was trying to push this giant box through this little hole, right? And I kind of like it was misplaced. So as I was pulling it back, I like my weight shifted backwards and the ladder just went forward and I just dropped right on my back from 6 feet, probably higher than 6 feet because I'm standing up perfectly straight. So it's probably about 9 feet altogether, just dropped, just flat on my back, knocked the wind out, couldn't even walk. I couldn't move, went to the ER. At first the x-rays didn't show anything, and I was telling Joseph about it, and then finally I got a scan, and then even then they were taking forever. They're like, oh, we see a small fracture, and then Joseph was like, I don't know, man, like, and yeah, sure enough, there's two small fractures. And what is it called? The compression.
Yeah, they're compression fractures.
Compression fractures on the T6 and T8. So like for a few weeks, a couple months, even now I still get like, oh man,
and it's sad because it's probably going to be there a long time.
And which is all because these stupid boxes, like, damn it.
Did the box get messed up at all, or was it
And what's infuriating is that sometimes I'll walk in here, and right now this place is a mess. Like my collection room, like there's just everywhere. There's just stuff, right? Because as I'm getting stuff, I'll do the review, and because I don't have a place for it, and in my mind, I'm like, oh, well, I'm gonna move all this stuff eventually, so I'm not even going to look for a place. So it's just all here on the ground. And then every time I walk in the garage, there's still a bunch of junk in there. And I'm like, oh my God, okay, I got to do this and I got to get the framers here to do the wall. And it just like, and then I just get overwhelmed. I'm like, I'll do it another day.
Yeah.
Boy, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I was going to get to with you, Joseph, is that I could, about enjoying your collection. I can only imagine, because it is. I'm sure you walk in and it's like a whole cycle of like, I can't do this before I do this, and I can't do this before I do this, and right, and it's like
that's exactly how it is. That's exactly how it is, and it's really it's overwhelming. But now, you know, like my kids were born, and now they're getting to the age where they want to come down. Like Juliana wants to come down and have a movie night, downstairs. And so it's like this. Now it's definitely the motivating factor. Like, I need to get this done so that at least the movie room, they can come and hang out. In the gallery, at least the doors can close and then I don't have to worry about it. But you know, but it's a lot. It is like, I had this whole plan. I was going to do this wall of busts, right? I finally cleared the space and I found the brackets to mount on the walls and do this whole thing. And then I started doing the calculations and I'm like, this is going to be like 1,000 pounds of like cantilever force. And I'm thinking about Michael's medical frigate. And then my brother-in-law, who's a structural engineer, he's like, yeah, you might want to check your architectural plans, because if that's not a weight-bearing wall, it's not going to hold.
It'll hold.
And then we checked, and it was. But then he said, look, it'll hold, but I can't guarantee that your drywall isn't going to crack and stuff, you know, just from the force.
It'd be all right. It'd be all right. No, I'm serious.
Michael's famous last words before the medical frigate.
Yeah.
That'll be all right.
You're good.
No, but you know, and along the lines of large things and large boxes, the other thing that went up for pre-order the same day as the DeLorean is that 3rd scale Emperor on throne.
And did you see they just announced, and they announced another one today?
What? No, I did not see that.
A stand-up one, hyper real, with the silicone portrait with the cloth. No, trust me. I was like,
making that one?
Same company, PCS.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they're cool product. I mean, they're really. I mean, I pre-ordered the Emperor with the throne because I love the throne, right? So I could the Emperor by himself. I wish the one sitting on the throne was the silicone and
but it's going to. But the thing is, the throne version. I mean, even though they're the same scale and the standing one is taller, it probably has a smaller footprint without the throne. I mean, that throne is going to be huge in 3rd scale.
Yeah, I think the base is probably going to be the same because that's what they did for like the Darth Maul. I mean, I'm assuming, but
yeah, I don't know where all that stuff is going. I hope my wife isn't going to mind having Emperor in the bedroom.
Dude, that's where my Emperor chair is right now, and my wife every time, because it's kind of just like in the middle of like right where you walk in, it's off to this. She hits herself every time in the thigh, and she's like, "Stupid chair, you gotta get it out of here." I'm like, "Relax, I'm doing the garage. It's gonna go down there. Like, hold on." It's just a junk. It's just a junk chair. That's where all my kids throw all their like,
oh my God,
softball uniforms and random just stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we didn't introduce everybody. I know it might be hard because
we will.
A lot of commenting people, but I'm glad everybody's hitting us tonight. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're already 24 minutes in.
Yeah.
I know. Let's say hi.
Unbelievable. Time flies.
We got Darth Wizzy Wizard. What's up, man?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, we got Stephanie in the house. What's up,
hey, Steph?
Hey, Steph.
Hurry up, pack your shit, get down here.
Got Armando. What's up, Armando?
Hey, Armando.
We got Jens in the house.
Hey, buddy.
Got Johnny.
Hey, Johnny. Hey,
Mando. Frankie. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you for that. Hey, what's up, Chris?
Good to see you in here. We got Janine. What's up, Janine?
Yeah, thank you, Janine.
Haven't talked to them in forever.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
I know. It'd be good to see them.
Collecting with Cool. Vintage goodies on Insta. Keep reminding you. Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
We got Benjamin in the house and
What's up,
Robin.
Benjamin?
What's
See you
up, guys?
Nice.
Who else we got? We got Jason up in here. What's up, Jason?
Hey, Jason.
Here to hype you up. Why? Oh, you're working? Oh, that's funny.
Nice.
Okay, now she's pissing me off. You know what I mean, Joseph?
I know you. I know you're desperate to have her come down and work there.
Dude. I mean, sometimes very good opportunity knocks. You just got to take it and run. Jeez.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously, we wanted to invite Joseph on, and because I know we haven't kind of kept up with his collection, and Joseph's one of those ones he hasn't stopped, and it's like,
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I was trying to pick stuff, and I by no means this is everything, right? But I was uploading photos from my phone, and after I hit like 300 and something, I was like, okay, I better stop. And that's just from the last 6 months.
Joseph, so not just me, Gabe, but all of our Collection Wars family is here. This is an intervention, Joseph. we need to talk. You have a problem.
Well, if that isn't the pot calling the kettle black. Well, actually, it's a funny story. So Christmas was a lot of fun this year because Bill George came up to visit.
Yeah.
And he has family up here, so he came up to visit, and so he came over and spent a day here.
Nice.
And I took him downstairs, and I basically opened the room, the gallery, and he just looked, and he had this like stare on his face. Looked at me and he said, you might have a problem. And then he proceeded to explain to me how he and his husband are getting to that point because his husband is a huge collector, statue collector, like Sideshow.
Oh, really?
And then Bill has a huge collection of all the stuff that he's done. It's all like screen used, like filming models and stuff he's built. And so they're getting to that point. So I was like, yeah,
he had his hand on the original
situation. Yeah, Bill worked on that.
Yeah, on the original one.
Yeah. So I have some good pictures of that I can show you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They're in good company here with with everyone collecting.
Exactly.
Felipe in the house. What's up?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Carlos. We were a big Japan celebration. Yeah, a couple more weeks. Yeah, we're excited. We just booked our final hotel, the trip, just because there's so many because we're jumping around. But
jeez,
excited.
How many people are going that we know? Isn't Evan going? Is Evan going? Spice Runner?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Is Joseph? Do you know other people that are going?
I know. Well, Lee is going.
Lee's going. Yeah.
And you guys are going.
Yeah.
I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know anybody else who's going. I mean, Japan is an amazing place. I would die to go, but if I were going, I wouldn't be spending it at Star Wars celebration.
I know that's what everyone says, but what's funny? So yesterday I was, just checking my email, and I got an email notification from a really big brand, and they're like, hey, like, we want to invite you to Star Wars Celebration Japan. We'll pay for your flight, your hotel, your food, your everything. Right. And I'm like, oh yeah. Like, I'm just like, sure, let's do it.
Yeah, cancel the flights.
and then they responded, and I was like, and they're like, if you have any questions, I'm like, yeah, actually I do have a question. I already booked my flight and my hotel. Can I invoice you for those? And they did. They agreed to invoice my flight, but not the hotel. But
not the hotel. Oh, that's cool.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Very nice.
We get to do
that's really cool.
That is
cool
awesome.
Experience with this huge brand and with ILM. So I'm super excited for for that
Nice.
You worked
experience.
really hard, Gabe, to get to there. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I'm really excited for that.
That is awesome.
And then next week, we get to do the Star Wars, the Fort, what's it called, the Season of the Force. We get an early preview, so man, super excited.
Nice.
Oh, look, we got Pete.
Oh, big cat.
I missed the flute.
You did.
Do you have a flute now?
I do.
Did you always have?
I always had. That's why you guys started playing that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's because I showed you guys the flute replica.
Yeah.
That I
Okay.
got.
That was okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I just, you know what? I got confused because remember the real one came up for auction. Remember, and we talked about that for a while.
The real one went up for auction, and I think it went for twice what Anakin's lightsaber went for. I think it went for like $140,000 or something. It was insane. It was an insane amount of money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Michael, I forgot to tell you too. The other night we were just watching a movie, and we're like, let's watch. I forgot what my wife wanted to watch some alien movie, and I was like, no, let's play Men in Black. Like the kids would like Men in Black. Oh, and we watched it, and I got to tell him, like, look at you see that Michael owns that. Michael owns the UFOs on top of the building.
Yeah, I don't even know what the hell I'm going to do with that damn thing. I can't even get my Porsche in the garage because the thing's taking up all that shit. You know what I mean? I'm not kidding.
You got to hang them up from the ceiling in Dark Side.
So I've been back and forth on what I'm going to do with that, if I'm going to complete it, you know, because it's the two halves, putting it back together, or if I'm going to just take like the top, because I've got all the plexi is being redone right now. If I was just going to light it, like just that half on the wall with a plaque or something.
Oh, you could do that. You could do that.
150 pounds just for one.
Yeah, you
so
might
it's
not
300 pounds plus an armature. It's going to weigh 450 pounds.
Yeah, you might not want to hang it from the ceiling.
No, so it would have to be like a vertical like mount down, kind of like Sean did his 5-foot Falcon. I don't know. I just don't know yet what I'm going to do with that.
Yeah.
But hey,
it's huge.
A little bit off of that, Tom Regal, has he released the new thing? He's announced it. Yes.
He's announced it, and then I posted a little preview.
Yeah, I saw it. It was really good.
So I'm sure it's okay if I show you.
Absolutely. I guarantee he's okay with that. Guarantee it. No, he showed it on Instagram.
I mean, I'll do a quick just sneak peek.
No. They've showed it on Instagram already.
No, I know, but like the video comes out on Monday.
I understand.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay, the yellow's in the way. Okay. Big screen. I'm sorry,
little screen because it's just a preview.
Okay, hey, let me see the back. I'm gonna tell you right now, that is my favorite maquette yet.
Oh, just wait till you see my video. There's so much history to this guy. There's so much history.
I know, it's crazy. I saw it.
I'm probably gonna be the only one not ordering it.
And it's a legacy, and it's a dual signature.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Nilo Rodis Jamiro and Judy Alkins.
And they're not releasing very many of them either.
Only 40 of these. Yeah. So those are gonna go. I mean, those are gonna be gone. And then there's gonna be 83 signature editions, but the signature edition is just Judy Alkins, not Nilo. So the only way you can get.
What was his role?
He was the sketch artist. He's the one who created the original sketch.
Okay, nice.
He also designed the Slave One, Michael.
Oh,
yeah, the Slave One.
I never knew that. Shit.
I think he did the ATST.
Yeah, the ATST. Yeah, he did.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Because remember, I had a plaque made for the Slave One, and I had Mike Salzo sign it, and then I had Lauren Peterson sign it, and then I got Hector did a signing with Nilo, and I got Nilo to sign it. So I have the 3 signatures on there with the Slave One.
That's badass.
Yeah.
That's what's really cool about that is you have Salzo on there.
Yeah. I always love to have the artist, you know.
Yes. Yeah, that's That's
We got
classic.
Bryant in the house. What's up, Bryant? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up?
So,
Yeah, that's
well,
crazy.
I got a lot of stuff to get through. So if you
Yeah,
guys,
let's get going.
Yeah.
I got a pulled pork waiting for me after this.
All right, good. Let's. All right,
I'm
you got
drinking pina coladas tonight.
oh my
you
God,
got the pictures ready, Joseph?
I do. I can pull up. Well, first, you know what I want to do is I want to show you guys. This is the big. So this is the big reveal. This was supposed to be a surprise when I started this project, but everybody I think knows about it now because Michael got all of the info out of Jason. So if you want to pull up, you can pull up the screen.
Yeah.
Is it up?
McQuarrie? Yeah, it's up.
Yeah. So that's the McQuarrie. He's finally. It's been about 2 years, and it's still not. He hasn't done the glamour shots yet, but this is it's basically done. It is a McQuarrie Falcon, and it's 3 feet long. And this is like he went all out. This is the cockpit. I mean, it's
Joseph. Can you open that window bigger? Like,
yeah. You want me to make it? Hold on.
Yeah.
You know what I'll do? I'll do this.
Figures, I love that.
You told me I can do this and then what? Open them all in preview.
Yeah, but I mean the video one, you could actually go corner to corner and you could make it big.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, here, like that.
Yeah, there you go, like that. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
That's better. Oh, that's cool. Oh, and then even the character, like the star
McQuarrie figures.
killer.
Yeah. So there's a story behind that. So we did all 4. We did Han and Chewie, and then the 2 droids, C-3PO and R2, but they're the McQuarrie versions of them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And yeah, so that is really cool.
Wow.
Man, the little screens in the back there are detailed as shit.
All the details he put in there. And you can actually, now you can see down the hall, and the droids are like in the hall. I think this is another shot before he had it, before he had it all complete. But you can see just the panel work, the lighting. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So here, let me show you.
What is that? What was that?
Okay, so this is another project we he started, and I'm going to be getting from him. This is the skyline from Bespin.
Nice.
So he's 3D modeled them, and he's printing them and then he's going to do lighting and everything. So
that's badass.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So I just threw those in there. And for those of you who haven't seen it, this is his original McQuarrie Falcon. So it's basically the same thing. It's just more detailed. The interior is more detailed. The lighting, everything is more detailed.
Yeah, it's fucking incredibly badass.
Yeah. So
I love that pic. That's a badass picture.
Yeah. So like on mine, for example, you see these black areas. These are cool shade. And then he did 2 smaller ones out here that are also cool shade. But then you can look through them and you see all the interior stuff. So it's just beautiful, like absolutely beautiful design work. Sorry, these are low quality images, but this is the old one that he did way back.
Pretty nice images, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting to get the real beauty shots from him on this, but you can see the detail that he put into this.
Yeah.
Now the story on the figures is very interesting. So when we decided to do the project, he was like, well, we can pay a 3D designer to sculpt the figures. And at the time I was like, I talked to Michael at MYC and I was like, hey, can we maybe go like half on the design, and then you can produce them as statues, and then I can just use the designs to, print them small. And what ended up happening was, my friend told me, he said, Hasbro put out back for the 30th anniversary, they put out the 3 3/4 figures all the McQuarrie line, and the likenesses are really good considering how small they are. And you can still find them, on eBay. So I I bought several of them. I bought the line. It cost me like, I think, $80 total. And then my friend posed them for the cockpit and posed them how we were going to do it, scanned them, used a 20 nanometer 3D scanner, scanned them, went in digitally, cleaned up all the joints, so they're not ball and socket joints. He just, sculpted them as like statues. And then Jason printed them out in miniature and painted them. That's how we got those figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was
a big collaboration to get that done.
Yeah.
And
this is kind of like a idealized project, right? Like there's no actual studio scale of that, right? Like in the archives, right? This is something like
no, this is based on the drawings from McQuarrie.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you've ever seen like that famous the picture in the docking bay, on Tatooine, that was actually a redraw, right? The original McQuarrie sketch had what looked like a Tantive 4 in there, but then it got replaced by the something that looked just like this. So Jason basically used McQuarrie's art and then just went to town and designed an actual model that was never made.
And that's what's awesome about these kind of projects, because these artists nowadays are able to use their imagination on what it could have been like the sandcrawler that I have. I like Jason's version of the McQuarrie sandcrawler better than the one that was used in the film. And he was able to use his imagination on stuff that you just don't see in the sketches.
Right. Exactly. So it's fantastic what he did. And I'm blown away. It's my favorite piece that he's ever done. He said he feels like it's his crowning achievement. It's a beast. It's 3 feet long.
Yeah.
And it's a huge piece. So
wish we could see it at Wonderfest.
Yeah, I know. I'm not letting him take it. So this is the other big current project, which is it's not this ship. What it is the original series Enterprise.
Nice.
So Bill Krause is working on this right now, and it is basically, look, I have a couple of different versions of the Enterprise that are really of this particular ship that I really love, but I don't have one that it is the original, right? That's exactly like the studio model was. And now that it's been restored in the Smithsonian, it's in the Milestones of Flight Museum. Like when you go into the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum, it's there right next to the Spirit of St. Louis and the Wright Brothers Flyer. It's an 11-foot long studio model. And they just spent 5 years restoring it. And, it was the team from ILM that did it. Bill George was involved in it, John Goodson, and they all, went, and the Smithsonian spared no expense. But fortunately for me, Bill was involved and kept all the records of what paints they used and everything to, because the Smithsonian actually took core samples. So they knew exactly what paint was used originally, the colors, how everything was. And so Bill Krause is currently building this out, but he is going to town in terms of detail, just like Jason does. Just to give you an idea, that's the shuttle bay, right? But let me show you I want to show you something else this will blow you away. This is the bridge.
Oh, wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah, look
Can
at
you
the
zoom in? Can you zoom in?
Is that where he's doing the photo etch? Not photo etch, but the little pictures that we
films. Yeah, he's using 35 millimeter film transparencies. But this is the size of a quarter.
That's insane.
That's unbelievably badass.
And then what he's done on the the windows is also crazy. So all over the ship, let me see if I can find it. So here are the film transparencies. He had scenes of the ship printed to 35 millimeter film.
Wow.
And thanks to Joseph, that's what we're doing on the medical frigate as well.
And then what he did.
How do you even do, like, is there just like an online process? Like you just,
No, he has a resource.
wow.
Yeah, who can print it. I thought I had saved the. Oh, I do have the video, but just to give you an idea, these are some of his other ships where he's done that, where he's used the film transparencies, and you can see when you look in the windows, you can actually see inside the ship.
That's crazy.
Like there, you can see that. It's like a lounge.
Yeah.
But here's the beauty of it. Let me show you. Let me show you the.
That's my favorite stuff of the model. So
here's the video.
yeah, this is badass.
Yeah. So check this out. So what he does is he puts in the transparency and he sets it back. So there's parallax. So when you move around, you can actually see into the room.
Like it's like a 3D image
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Crazy.
makes sense instead of
Crazy.
just putting it right up against it. Man.
And that picture actually did no justice. Joseph sent me that and I zoomed in on it and I could actually see like chicks and stuff in there. It's pretty badass, you know?
Yeah. So this is, oh, wait, here.
He needs to have like a lot, never mind.
I know what you were going to say there.
I know.
This is another ship that he did for me recently that I absolutely love. So we're doing the original three ships from the original series: the Romulan Bird of Prey, the Klingon D7, and the Enterprise, all in 1/350 scale. So the Enterprise ends up being about 33 inches long, 33 inches long. This is smaller at 1/350 scale, but I mean, Bill he knocked this out of the park.
Man, Joseph, every time you show like one of these big ships, it's like and the only reference I have, obviously, besides like going to Michael's house and seeing his, the scale of the ships, but like my reference are the master replicas, and you own all of those, and you own right, like you have all of those, and I can't even imagine like the display, like the
it's like I don't even know where he plans on putting.
That's what I'm saying, like the space for it, like Jesus.
I know. Well, I have a plan. I already purchased everything, and I'm working on it right now. It is going to be an island in the center of the gallery. It's going to be 4 feet wide, 18 feet long, with 4 levels. It'll allow me to put 48 master replica size pieces on that island.
That's crazy.
So I'm looking forward to doing that.
Yeah.
It's going to be really, really cool.
When?
I'm doing it. Actually, I'll show you some of the stuff that I've done already. So this is when Bill came for Christmas, and I had him take this picture next to the B-wing cockpit. That's a 1/6 scale B-wing cockpit.
Wow.
I never knew you had that.
Never knew you had that.
Yeah, Austin Johnson did this one. It's beautiful, and it all lights up inside. I mean, it's crazy.
So it's like the Falcon one that Jazzy did.
That's
right?
exactly. It's like that one, like the X-wing that I did. And then Kirk also came to visit for Christmas, so that was a lot of fun. But what I wanted to show you is here. Let me find this thing. This is a gift that I made for Bill for Chris. I was like, when am I going to give Bill George, right? This master model maker from ILM. So I built him a Christmas ornament.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a snowflake made from X-wings.
Nice.
That's really cool, dude.
I
bet he was very grateful.
He loved this thing. I was really proud. And then I did it so it lights up. So
I got to move my because my computer's going to go dead, so I got to move over here just a little bit.
Man, that came out great, Joseph. Did you do it like you printed it yourself and all that? Or?
That's not printed. Those are model kits that I built.
What?
Yeah.
It's a great job.
Yeah.
These are all clear model kits. And then I found the perfect size ball. I frosted it on the inside, lit it. So that's what it looks like hanging. You can see my hand there, so it'll give you some idea of the scale.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good work right there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I have a couple of other pieces that I built in the last year. I can show you guys. So let me get to another one here that I think you guys will appreciate for fans of the Rocketeer. So here, let me do that. Oh, that we'll get to in a little bit. So for those of, if I haven't mentioned this before, this is my friend Michael Possert. He lives up here. He was on the team that designed and built the original rocket pack for the Rocketeer movie. And he still had the original molds and a lot of the original parts that he used when they made the rocket pack. So he built me one.
Wow.
So here is, it's not finished yet because he still needs to put the electronics and the motor for the fan, but I went over to his house and I took these shots.
It's badass.
And that's the color of it? For some reason, like in my mind, I always think of that, like the helmet color.
Yeah, it's
So the cones, everybody thinks the cones are more gold, but he told me, he was like, no, this is the color. It looks a lot more gold on screen, but the original one was this color.
Oh, okay. Oh,
and the original one was actually zinc plated, but we couldn't do that, so he painted it to look like that. But he did a really nice job. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That's really cool looking.
Yeah. And so Michael also worked on Iron Man. So one of the other things he did for the Iron Man movie were these boots. So that's going to be the next project we're doing.
Wow. Yeah.
And so I think we're going to do a run.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what the cost is going to be, but if anybody's interested.
No.
That's badass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joseph, I mean, I know it's funny and all because I don't have a lot of room to talk, but I built a freaking restaurant where I can put other shit. But I just don't know where are you going to put all this stuff, dude?
I'm going to Tetris it all in there. I don't know.
I mean, dude.
Well, I'll show you some of the stuff that I've curated so far, and then you kind of get an idea. By the way, I love rocket packs, obviously.
You're getting ready to be put in a corner. I'm going to say some shit. You're not going to like it. Okay. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to say nothing.
So one of the there's a gentleman who has a company called Valor Replicas, and he used some 3D designs from another maker. They were just digital designs, but he turned them into an actual physical rocket pack. And basically the idea is, what would a Rocketeer rocket pack look like if NASA built it for their astronauts?
Yeah.
So
and is that middle part like a tribute to Hal?
That's it. Yeah. So there's actually, it's really funny. It's not a tribute to Hal. That's actually a plutonium, like a plutonium nugget.
Yeah.
Because, you know, all of the satellites that, like the Voyager and the, you know, all these satellites that we sent, the probes that we send out into space, that's how they're powered. They're powered with, you know, a radioactive element that provides natural heat. And then there's a thermoelectric generator in the.
I don't know about that, Michael. What do you think?
Oh, for God's sake!
I mean, it goes along with all the other props that they did in the '60s and stuff.
No, for God's sake!
Doesn't check out, Michael. I don't know.
It just, they should have. Too bad they didn't have this kind of technology back then.
Oh my God! So along those same lines, here we go. Let me find it. The Mando Jetpack.
Hey, Joseph, I'm going to tell you something funny. You know, I send that stuff to you. You know, I'm just messing with you. You know,
Oh, I know.
I sent it to Michael McMaster, and he's not talking to me right now.
So this was a project that took forever to get done.
Yeah.
And thanks to Jason Eaton,
Yeah.
it finally, finished. You remember this?
That was
saga,
that
right?
was a yeah.
That was a bad
man.
deal.
Yeah.
But I couldn't have asked for better. I mean, Jason knocked this out of the park.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in a little bit on it?
Yeah.
Or make it just
Or
make the screen wider.
let's see if I can make it. If I make it wider, I don't think it does.
And then zoom in
And
to the picture. Yeah, there you go. Just so we could like.
so unlike yours, because I know yours was based on the
Special edition.
special editions. We based it on the original Jedi from '83.
No.
But he did a fantastic job on this. Here we'll go back and I'll show you
That was pretty cool when we got to talk to Don Bees about, remember that, Gabe, about how they did that with sending back to get that Boba Fett outfit.
Yeah. You
That
just
was
like
cool.
mix and match and everything.
Yeah, and everybody tries to make the best
Let me see.
reference.
Zoom into that, Joseph. I don't
So-
know. I think you're gonna have to take us. You're gonna have to take us there.
the.
Yeah, it's so much funner when you walk through that.
It is funner when you walk us through.
So there's this one was done by Jackson Rupert. That's the Django pack. And then this one was done by Rod.
Yeah.
Who did the ESB one. And then there's
which is so unfortunate because he did do really good work. I mean,
he did. Well, he's back at it, but
is he?
He is. But he never finished mine. Now this one I just got recently.
That's sweet.
So that is the Mando one.
Mando.
And it's painted with Alumiluster.
It looks really good.
I mean, just right now you showed us six jetpack. No. 7 jetpacks, right? Did I count correctly?
Yeah. Well, thankfully they can all be hung on the wall. Well, you didn't see. I don't have any pictures of the Ghostbusters Proton pack or all the other packs.
Yeah.
Well, and then that brings me to the other thing I'm going to show you guys here in just a second. But just so you know, what's really cool about this pack.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
Wow, it smokes.
Yeah.
Man, that looks way better than the NASA one way back in the day.
That's cool.
I thought you guys would appreciate that.
That's really cool, Joseph.
Everyone here's a Star Wars fan, so
that's right.
And speaking of packs, these are in. This is a commission in the works.
Oh,
that's cool.
So 2001. The Space Odyssey. These
Stanley Kubrick, right?
Yep.
Yeah, NASA hired. Anyways.
Oh, whatever, Michael.
Just kidding. Dude, that's badass, dude.
So these are the 2 packs that are in the movie. And then that's the helmet, one of the helmets. This is from the Greg Jane auction, but
oh my god.
I was fortunate enough to meet someone there, Mike Scott, who goes to Wonderfest every year. This is his replica. This is mine. I'm waiting for him to ship it to me. So,
dude, that is incredible how they do the domes and stuff.
Yeah. And then this is his replica of one of the packs.
I wonder what those went for, the Greg Jean ones.
I can't remember what they went for, but he did a beautiful job on these. So I'm really.
Did you ever hear? I'm sorry to cut you off. Did you ever hear about the necklace that you got and the other people?
Nope. Don't remind me.
Okay. I'm just wondering if anything ever came about that.
No, not that I know of. But so let me show you a couple of the other things here.
Hey, buddy.
Let's see here. Let me start with this Fifth Element. So,
Gabe, I mean, me and you, we oh, that's cool.
I don't know. Do you guys remember, if any of you remember this scene from the movie?
No.
Okay, so
I would want one of those. Yeah, that's cool.
So there's a scene in the film where Bruce Willis, he plays Corbin Dallas. He's trying to quit smoking. So this is a dispenser in his apartment that dispenses the cigarettes. You get 4 a day, but they're all filter.
No.
Right? So this is really cool. So I worked with Steve Dimzo to do this, and we built it. Now, the one in the film, it just has a graphic here, like a sticker, but we actually did it so it has a screen that counts down to dispense the... Here, I'll show it to you in a second. And then this is from Hollywood Collectibles Group. This is the Elemental Stones and the Fifth Element that they did a long time ago.
Yeah.
But here's the video. So it counts down to, when you can have a cigarette, essentially. And then once it hits 0, it says, smoke. The only thing it doesn't do is dispense a cigarette. But basically, Steve hired somebody to design this because we didn't know. I mean, it's all made up because it's just a sticker on the original prop. So it's a really cool piece. Now, let me see here. This is, I think you guys will appreciate this. This one is from, so this is the, what is it, Blaster Factory. But then I got the kit and it was assembled and painted already, but I wasn't thrilled with how it looked. So I gave it to Ryan, Ryan Clinton.
Yeah.
He totally stripped it, refinished it, tracked down the strap. This is a vintage strap we found on eBay in the UK that matches what the original one was.
That's cool.
But Ryan just he just did a fantastic job on this.
Is that thing pretty heavy, Justin?
It's very heavy. And then on the original one, I don't know if you guys know the story about this, right? But these balls, they were originally metal, but then I guess Carrie Fisher got knocked in the head a couple of times during filming, and so they replaced them with the pink rubber balls and they just painted them black. But Manny actually made replicas of these in metal.
Yeah.
And so I got them from Manny, and then Ryan put them on for me.
Did Manny
Ryan went,
did he ever
Ryan, just to give you an idea, Ryan just went.
Oh yeah, Ryan's.
You see this? He actually, I think this is the same number of loops that's on the original, like from the reference photos. Like he spares no detail.
Oh yeah. He's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's a cool piece. Here is, I took these pictures, Michael. I wanted to share them. So this is, I went to the Museum of Pop Culture in Seattle, and they had this there. And I was like, wait a second, is this the Death Star? Like, is this the Death Star too?
Yeah.
And so I took all these pictures. I sent them to Salzo. He's like, I don't think that's it.
No.
We sent it to Bill George, and Bill was like, oh, I think that's the shitty model that we made at ILM for Planet Hollywood.
Oh, that's funny.
So, but they have it there in the museum, and it says actual filming miniature. So it's totally, but just to give you guys an idea, there is some photo etch in this, right? So that's what photo etch looks like. I mean, it's just so fragile. It's very much like, if any of you have like an air conditioning unit, in the air conditioning units, they have like the thing outside the condenser.
Yes, those little thin things.
Those thin aluminum louvers. If you just push your finger into it,
you bend them.
Yeah, that's what photo etch is like. I mean, it's very fragile. Okay, so I was telling you guys I've started working on the displays, right? So just to give you an idea, this is my, like, I started curating my NASA stuff. I know how much Michael loves this.
I think it's great replicas.
Yeah. So I got
It's really badass, dude. That's a beautiful display.
Thanks. So this is all IKEA, and then I got those little spotlights off of Amazon. Those were the ones. These are not the same one Lee talks about, but they're very similar. They make them in white. And then I wired all of the internal lighting in the cabinets. And then this is a lit up sign that you can get that I got from a guy on Etsy. These are the Blitzway quarter scale statues. And then this is a 1/72nd replica of the Saturn V made by Dragon Models.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just put, some NASA like related things in here in the display cabinet. Now, big shout out to Ben and Robin. These were gifts from them. An original Apollo 11 mission patch these were all from an estate sale that they got. And this is just like, I mean, I couldn't be more grateful. And this is a photo that's signed by Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins.
Very cool.
Just really beautiful. And then just a few other things. That's a replica of the James Webb Telescope mirror. The Voyager record, the golden record. These are some shuttle tiles, ceramic shuttle tiles. That's a replica of the plaque they left that Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin left on the moon. And then I think I showed this to you guys before. Remember the film strip that was in Neil Armstrong's camera that went to the moon and came back. I mean, it's just crazy. And then I started on the next section, which is the Marvel display that's in front of the TV.
Nice.
And then these are half-scale statues. I'm putting Captain America shields up here. And then these spaces are for busts. And then in here are just for little props. So I started kind of filling in the space. This is
I love the Back to the Future thing. I never knew you had that.
Yeah, the radiation suits.
Yeah, that's badass.
Yeah.
I would love, you know what? I would love to have the whole suit and put that over Michael J. Fox versus the head that I have there.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. You can get those. I can tell you where to get the helmet.
Yeah, I'd love to get that.
So just to give you guys an idea, all the lights in the room are off. So this is just all the lighting you see is just from these spotlights and the cabinets.
Nice.
And so that just shows you how much light is just being generated by the displays.
Yeah.
And then I'm putting the busts on top here. So 3 busts are going to go there.
Just all Iron Man.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to do 2 because it's like a whole Marvel Avengers thing. It's going to be 2. I'm either going to put 3 Iron Man busts, or I'm going to put the Iron Spider in the center. I was going to put my Queen Studios Thanos bust in the center, but it's too big. And at
this point, you might as well do just all Iron Man.
All Iron Man. I just started toying. I started putting props in there just to see what it would look like. But yeah, so I'm making some progress. It's really slow, but I'm making some progress for the movie room.
Nice.
So Joseph, if you like on the Avengers and all that stuff, if it's a movie that you didn't particularly care about, will you still get the statues?
Depends. If I like the designs.
The design character.
Yeah, it's the design characteristics.
I gotcha.
So I know you guys have seen Michael's. This is it's the same statue, but here's some close-up pictures of the ET with it all lit up.
Doesn't the heart beat? I've never even hooked mine up.
Yeah, I'll show it to you here in just a second.
I've never even hooked my damn finger up yet with our lights.
And for all of you guys that
here's the heartbeat.
just kind of discovered us or discovered us before you've seen Joseph on our show, because he's obviously one of our dearest friends, and he's been on the show quite a bit. But just for your guys' information, Joseph, and look, part of it could be a numbers game, right? Because he orders so much stuff, and the odds are that something's gonna come broken. But Joseph has the worst luck when it comes to shipping. A lot of the stuff, shows up, and it's like, oh my god, this broke. Well, that ET,
Oh,
right,
God.
Joseph?
Yeah.
That ET was one of those ones that ended up coming, right? It came
It was broken.
Oh, so you sent it back, right? Yeah.
Huh?
Did you have to send it back? I can't remember what you
Yeah,
did.
so the finger came broken.
Yeah.
And I spoke to George Sohn, who's the owner of Elite Creature Collectibles. And he said, you know what? He said, look, just ship it back and we'll take care of it for you. He actually gave it back to Steve Wang, who did the prototype, right? He's the sculptor.
Yeah, he's badass.
And Steve actually fixed it. And then the woman there who painted them, who painted the master, she
Right.
repainted my finger. So I was just like, couldn't have been a better situation.
Yeah, that's
And then
cool.
they put in additional pins to reinforce everything. So, so I'm pretty grateful.
Is it his wife? Like, is it what's her
Steve's
name?
wife? I'm
No.
not- Who?
With the painter. Is it Miko? No, what's her name?
I don't remember her
Okay.
name. I don't remember her name, unfortunately.
Yeah, just because like they work close. Obviously, the wife of I think it's him. I think she's on social media as the Quirky Monster.
Oh, okay.
She sculpted the Regal Robot Mandalorian skull, like the
okay, very cool.
Mythosaur skull. I think it's Miko. I forgot her first name, but yeah.
This is a piece that I did with Steve Dimzo, who was one of the founders of Master Replicas. And this is all found parts. These are original Calamar lenses. And then what I did is I got these. I got a 3-inch HD video screen, and we installed a speaker and a screen. And so when you open it up, the screen comes on and it loops through what Luke sees when he's looking through.
Oh, that is badass.
So it plays the video and it plays the sound. The sound when he's looking through the binoculars is the sound of a reel-to-reel film projector. And so it's playing that sound as you're looking into it.
Is that a one-off build?
Yeah, it's a one-off.
That's awesome, dude.
And then this is the base for it that he made with sand, for tattooing.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
What a great job, dude.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So Joseph, yeah, it is his wife.
It's his wife that did it.
Yeah, here's a picture of them. There's Steve, and that's his wife. Yeah, and yeah, her name's Mio or Mio. But yeah, no, she's an amazing, and she does a lot of cool Star Wars stuff. You should go, definitely check her out, like on Instagram. Okay. She did like a Loth cat. She's super, super talented.
For those of you who are familiar with Metropolis, this is a half-scale bust from Star Ace.
Nice.
Of Maria, and most of you probably know the story. This was the inspiration for C-3PO.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
And then last year for my birthday, my friend Randy Bowen sculpted this.
I remember seeing that before.
I think I may have shown this one already.
Yeah, that's a really cool piece, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the McQuarrie drawing looks real similar to that.
Yeah. So, so he did a beautiful job on this. Let me go back. Let me see here. I showed you. Oh, you guys will all appreciate these, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
These are all Star Trek props.
No.
So this is a Saurian brandy bottle. This is actually based on a real whiskey bottle from the 60s from, I think it's George Dickel's Tennessee whiskey. But makes it. They repainted this and did some modifications for the prop in the movie or in the series. Sorry,
George Dickel's Whiskey Dickel.
Oh, I remember that piece. It goes in the ear and shit, right?
Yep, that's the creature, the SETI Alpha creature from Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
What's that made out of?
This is actually resin. It's cast from the original. This because Greg Jean had the original one.
Okay.
So, and Steve got a casting of it. These are some props from Strange New Worlds. These creatures are from the original series. This is Sylvia and Korob. They are featured in a 3-second clip at the end of one episode from 1969. And as a kid, I was always fascinated with these creatures. And Steve Dimso made these replicas of them. Really, really cool pieces.
Never seen those.
This is a dagger from Mirror Mirror from another original Star Trek. And then here I have a couple of videos of stuff that I think, this is a Borg Tribble. You're not going to know. No, none of you are going to know what these things are unless, you know.
I mean, I think I know what the little furry little balls from Star Trek.
So
that's part of the board or something.
That's Steve's kind of creation. This is here. Let me show you this. This is a pad from Star Trek Voyager.
Man.
Anyway, it's a very, very cool piece. Here's some more animations from the.
Now, Joseph, I'm gonna just speak on behalf of the group and everyone. What do we have to do to convince you to walk through your collection room with your That's what we're all here for.
I know. I'm not sure I can do that tonight, but
nobody gives two shits about if it's messy.
Oh, it's not that I can't even walk in there right now.
Oh
no.
Yeah. I just have a bunch of stuff in the entry that I can't climb over. So I just got to clear it out. I didn't have time to do it today, but I will do it next time I'm on, and I will walk you guys through. I promise.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get back to some of these. These are for you, Gabe. I know you like Batman.
I do like Batman.
So this is a 1/3 scale statue from Prime 1. That's the Michael Keaton Batman.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful statue that they did.
That's weird though, the stance.
It is, but you know what? This suit was very restrictive and he couldn't really move. And so I think that's actually pretty accurate.
I was gonna say it's not real action looking.
And that's the Jazz Inc.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
This is before I assembled it, but I'll show you. I have a video. Oh, and this is a bunch of the ones that he did, that Jazz Inc. did. The 89, that's the 95 Batman Forever, and that's the newest Batman. And then I have the 1966 one in the room.
And again, I think this is one of those pictures where I think without some type of like reference to show you the size, like it could be lost, right? These are massive, right?
This is 41 inches or something.
Right.
41, 42 inches.
I remember he actually premiered the digital drawings of that car that was in that picture.
Yes. On the show when you guys
on
had
the show. Yep. And now it's sitting in your room. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then this is a quick one. I need to actually show you guys these on film. These are the gas capsules from Batman. This is done by Paragon FX. They're beautiful. And I cannot stress enough how much the quality of the stuff that they're putting out.
Yeah.
I really love all their stuff. This is here. Let me show you maybe get it a little bigger. So this is the full.
And were we talking about the glossiness, like
Yeah,
versus the
it's
matte, right?
the Hot Toys one is matte finish. This one is more glossy. It's not fully gloss. It's kind of like a satin, like a slightly more glossy than satin.
Yeah.
And it's got this kind of color shifting paint to it, so it has a little hint of green. But one of the cool things about it, like this is something that the Hot Toys one doesn't have, a remote control.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And it actually has smoke that comes out the back too.
Oh, wow.
If you fill it with water.
Yeah.
So let me see here. I'm trying to think. We did everything here. Fallout, for you Fallout fans. This is from the new Fallout TV series, the Pip-Boy. That's from Wand Company. And this is the original Pip-Boy from the game.
Yeah, we started watching it, and for some reason, I mean, that's just like with everything we watch. It's like I fall asleep, and then my wife ends up just watching the whole thing, and I'm already asleep on the couch.
Yeah, I can't even go to a movie theater without falling asleep.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem for me. Like every single.
Maybe it's because you're relaxed or something.
Yeah, I think so.
So let me jump back here.
Johnny's asking, did you ever play the game?
Oh, no, I'm not a gamer. I've never actually played the game.
He's not a gamer. He's a propper.
Well, and that's the thing. Like Michael said, this is one of those things where I just love the designs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So here is just a couple of things. These are on their way. Like this just got charged out. I'm waiting to receive it from J&D Studios.
Man, I wish I would have got that. Okay, so I got the same people that did the Superman Clark Kent, right?
Yes, same people who did the Superman Clark Kent.
I wish I would have got that, dude.
This one I love. I absolutely love. This is the one from PCS.
PCS, yeah.
Very cool.
So that one got ordered. This one got ordered.
Oh wow, that's Studio Lab or Labs? What is it?
Force Laboratory.
Force Labs.
And this is a life size.
And they just straight up hijacked the sideshow
base. Yeah, they did.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
They robbed it or what?
Yeah, it's the exact. You could tell because they used them for all their bases. That's
so. Oh, here, actually, let me just highlight all this, and then I'll show you guys these pictures real fast. And then I have one other thing to show you, and then I tried to limit this. This is limited. Are you sure you want to open?
I'm sure you want to open 150 pages.
Yeah. So I've been also doing a lot of autograph plaques to go along with a lot of the display pieces. And so this I got from Henry Cavill. This is a Superman plaque that I designed. And then
we were talking about this. I remember.
This Uma Thurman.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a cool one I got.
Yeah.
This is the AT from Rogue One that was done by Force Labs. And I love their diorama bases.
Yeah.
So that's, and this one, unfortunately, I don't have a great picture of it, but man, this was Chris Benware. He made this. It's a studio. It's a Lassie Henning model. He built and painted. I mean, Chris is just a master.
He really is.
He is a master. Well, you saw what he did with the medical frigate, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. He didn't want any music on. He just does his little thing, but it's amazing.
That's the EFX, the most recent one. I know you did a video about it, Gabe. I love this. I'm so excited that they're going to be doing more of the lightsaber replicas.
Yeah, and they're going to be at Celebration.
They
just announced.
This is the Green Goblin helmet.
Oh, nice. Is that the
Hasbro.
I forgot the series.
The Legends.
Legends. There you go.
And then there's the little pumpkin bomb back there. You can see it.
Cool. Did it come with it, or is that separate?
No,
That's
it's a separate prop. And then this is the HasLab Ghost Trap. I don't have any pictures of it, but and then this one is pretty cool. It's the Deadpool. This one actually talks to you. It's
really?
It talks and the eyes move and everything. It's crazy. It's a severed head animatronic.
Oh, that's funny. A license?
It is licensed. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I can, if you're interested, I'll send you the link. They're not expensive considering everything that it does. It's crazy. No. I don't know. Can you? And you're seeing everything?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Superman 1/3 scale bust that's done by Tweeterhead. They did a beautiful job on this. Painted really well. The picture doesn't do it justice.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know if you guys.
That's badass.
You know what this is, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is from Voyage to the Moon, the 1903 movie. But this is actually not from the film. This is based on the artwork by George Millet. Who
I remember Mark Hamill talking about it, seeing that.
Yeah. So this is the second one in the series. I got the first one, which is the actual one from the movie. And then this is based on his artwork.
Nice.
Now, this is way more realistic of a moon landing than the NASA shit.
Oh, for God's sake. This one I thought you guys would appreciate. Unfortunately,
that's cool.
I took the picture before I peeled the plastic off. This is a 1 ounce gold coin. Or not, sorry, it's not a 1 ounce gold coin. It is a 3 ounce silver coin that's gold, that's plated in 24 karat gold.
Of the original comic, right?
Of the original comic, yeah.
Yeah, that's badass.
Yeah. This is a statue from PCS. This is the first in the line of 4 of the Ghostbusters. This is
what
quarter
scale?
Quarter scale.
Quarter.
Man, he looks great, dude. His head. Okay, yeah. That's cool. It was him. That tribute was him, huh?
Yeah. Okay. I have to talk to you guys about this. So this is a commission. This is a commission I'm currently working on with a gentleman who lives not far from me. Does anyone recognize? Do you guys recognize this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Rock.
The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a life size. This is a 1-to-1 scale replica of the prop from the movie of the VX nerve gas canister.
So you know what those always remind me? Sorry, just to kind of. Do you remember Enemy Mine?
Yes.
With Dennis Quaid.
Yes.
And remember those little green balls that the alien eats, and then later Dennis Quaid has to eat, like he eats one. For some reason, that always reminded me of those. Like
Enemy Mine.
Yeah, Enemy Mine. Yep.
I freaking love that movie.
Me too. That's a great
Joseph,
movie.
do you have any props from Enemy Mine?
I don't, Michael.
I'm very disappointed in you.
It is a great movie, though. But just to give you an idea, this is made exactly like the original prop. These are glass balls that are filled with banana boat aloe vera gel injected via a syringe. And there are
you got this like crazy huge ass variety of movies.
Like
I mean, it's unbelievable
thing.
Okay, and this one's for you, Michael.
Okay.
So, did you guys ever watch the movie I told you about? You're the one who told me about the movie originally, right? Fly Me to the Moon with Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum.
Yes.
So the gentleman who made all of the costumes for that movie, all the spacesuits, his name's Ryan Nagata. He's been, he's very famous in the world of, NASA spacesuit replicas. He had access to all the originals. So.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
And anyway, I tried to get a hold of him for like a year and a half, and I couldn't. And then it turned out my friend Lauren Oliver is good friends with him. So I asked Lauren. Lauren reached out to him, and then he immediately reached out to me, and he made me this. It is an exact replica of Neil Armstrong's glove from the Apollo 11 landing. Same materials, same everything, right down to the aluminum latching ring and all of the
Wow.
yeah, it's crazy.
Gabe, talking about the moon landing isn't talking politics, is it?
We're not going to talk about that right now. This is I love this. It's a premium format from Sideshow. It's the Spider-Man, their new Spider-Man premium format with all the villains.
Yeah.
Beautiful. They did a beautiful job on this.
Yeah. I love that Bruce Lee.
And then I picked this one up from a local seller just because I love vintage like electronics. This is an original Predicta, a Philco Predicta television.
That's cool.
And you may not recognize it, but you will see it in movies every so often. Like I think it's in Toy Story.
Oh, really?
In the toy, I can't remember which Toy Story it is, but the guy who steals the
Big Al.
huh?
Big Al or something.
Is it Big Al? He's the one who steals Woody, and he's going to send him to a museum in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he's sitting at night watching TV, this is the TV he's watching.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. This is a replica of the Spear of Destiny from Indiana Jones. Really beautiful piece. This is all 24 karat gold. This is iron. I mean, they did a fantastic job on this. And that's from Magnolia Clothiers in New Zealand.
I don't even, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Which movie is this from? Like which Indiana Jones?
Well, I'm trying to remember. I know it's featured in Dial of Destiny, but I think it's in one of the other ones too.
Oh, okay.
I just can't remember.
And
this is also from Magnolia. This is a full size.
Yeah. I think I want one of those. Like those are really cool.
And this I got for the kids because they're just loving all the Pixar movies right now.
Pixar stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
This one, Michael, I thought you'd enjoy. This is a replica from Fan Art Models. Beautiful. You know, they did a beautiful job on this. But it doesn't light up, unfortunately. It's just a static model. But you can actually put in the landing gear and display it landed too. Which is
before MYC went out.
Yes.
He told me that he made one. Did you ever get one from him?
No, not MYC. No.
Okay.
Well, you guys saw this once before. My time circuits.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then this is the remote control. This is an original Futaba remote that got converted.
Nice.
This is from factory. This is a Black Mana helmet.
That thing's super cool. And I don't really know like much of it. It's from Aquaman, right?
It's from Aquaman, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that design is so cool. Like I would buy it just because that's a cool looking design.
The colors are cool.
Yeah.
And then of course, this one needs no introduction.
Yeah.
And this one. These were actually not super expensive.
Yeah, I think I've seen them at like GameStop, right?
Yeah, they are exactly. They're from GameStop.
Yeah.
This one is this is a full metal He-Man sword. This is crazy. This is from Factory Entertainment.
That's one of the ones from Factory Entertainment that every time I'm like, I go on their website, I'm just like, and I think they might not even have them anymore, but every single time I'm like, well, I have the Havoc, like the staff, right? I have Skeletor's staff. That thing's massive. That's like
well, you can't have the staff and not have this.
That's what I'm saying. But then at the same time, I'm like, man, like, where am I gonna put it? Like, it's one of those things, right? It's like I talk myself out of these things.
I know. You know, it's crazy. I have so many swords that I'm planning to put up on the wall. This is one. I have the Green Destiny sword from Crouching Tiger. You know, the Hattori Hanzo sword from Kill Bill. You know, so I'm excited to put up all the swords kind of together. This is from Force Laboratory. I was just taking some pictures, but they did this beautiful like TIE and X-Wing diorama. they're not super accurate, but they are painted well and they look really nice.
Yeah. And they're relatively cheap. I mean, relative, right? I mean, they're
Yeah,
not.
I think it was like 700 and something and these are huge and they're heavy. So
Were you ever, Joseph, were you ever into Shogun Warriors? I know you're a little younger than me.
no, I never saw that.
Gabe, do you remember? You're definitely a lot younger, but they used to have the plastic. They had the Godzilla, and some of their plastic. Their arms would shoot off and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah. So I grew up, and I think they were. I don't remember what they were called here, but they're very popular actually. Growing up in Mexico, there was one, the Mazinga, right? Like, but that's what was Messenger Z, Joseph, here in the United States.
What was it called here?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called here.
But it was like from a series, right? It was like GoBot.
Yeah.
No, maybe not GoBots, but like
no, it was I'm blanking on the name
but
now.
same thing, like the arms would like shoot out and like.
This is another Force Labs piece. This is an ATSD from them. And I really, here's the thing. I really love their dioramas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is just like, I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
They just do such a beautiful job on these.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how to get out of this. Hold on. How do I go to the next one now?
Oh, just zoom out.
I don't know how to zoom out.
You have it. Are you on the Mac?
Oh, wait, there we go. Okay.
Oh. Yeah, zoom all the way out. Yeah.
Okay, now. Okay. So this is just a kind of a close-up just to show you these statues all light up.
Those
and now I have
legendary scale, right?
This is, it's a half scale, which I believe, it's legendary scale.
It's crazy.
It's just crazy.
So if you were to stand next to that, it would be
it's
like
about the head is. Well, I have it on a pedestal, so the head is about my height.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so hard.
Yeah, those are the ones like I had. Gabe, you know what I'm talking about? I've got the Boba Fett and the Obi-Wan, and I've got the Terminator.
Yeah.
That's how tall that is.
This is a Dial of Archimedes from the latest Indiana Jones movie. This was done by a friend, my friend Bill Dodd.
Wow.
So it's really cool because it comes apart too, just like the one in the movie. This is, I don't know if you guys recognize it.
Robotech.
That's a Robotech helmet. This one I got from Ryan and Julie. This is the Minoc mask.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And this is all like found parts.
Dude, that's badass.
Yeah. This is the Costco Reeves helmet.
Did you get your Bespin thing from them, Joseph?
Not yet. He's almost done with it. Mm-hmm. So this is the D'Agostini Falcon, and this is painted by Chris Benware. I mean, and this is going to go right up next to the McQuarrie Falcon, kind of showing the concept.
They're about the same size, huh?
Yeah, they're about the same size. This is just, Chris is, he does such an amazing job.
Well, that was like one of his first projects, right? Like his own.
Yeah, but look at his paint work on this. Mm-hmm. He just does a fantastic job.
It's crazy.
You can tell he even does he did the toothbrush.
Yep.
Like little.
Yeah.
It's like a must for the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. And then if you guys saw what was going on at Wonderfest, you'll know this was my commission from Matt Mrozik. So this is a Gundam Sazabi. It's 1/60th scale. It's huge. It's massive. This thing is a beast. But his paint work on this is just, again.
Wow.
And in fact, if you guys are interested in seeing kind of like his method and or understanding how he did this, Tested interviewed him at Wonderfest. So there's a great interview with him with Norm Chan on Tested's channel, and he talks about how he did this whole thing.
That's cool.
Do you have it?
Yeah, I have it. I have it. And then this is Mike Salzo's Death Star that he just finished for me. And I am so grateful because this is thanks to you, Michael, by the way.
Awesome.
I mean, you remember when we first met,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked you, I was like, would he be willing to do another one? And you put me in touch with him. And this was the first thing that I commissioned from him all those years ago. But he finally, it's a lot of work to do all these windows. And so he was just, he needed to get to the right mind space. So he finally finished it. It's just, I'm so happy with this thing.
No.
Do you have it yet or no?
No, he has it at home. We're trying to figure out how to ship it. So we're probably going to ship it freight just to make sure nothing happens to it.
Right.
Yeah. Is it the same size?
Yeah.
It's the same as Michael's. Yeah, it's a 2-foot diameter. I couldn't do 3 feet.
No.
This is for you, Gabe. This is just to entice you after what you told me.
I know, man. I know. Jeez. I was actually going to bring that up when we showed the time section. I'm like, just for everyone's information, Joseph also has a DeLorean.
Oh God. This is from a maker in Italy. This is Kay's blaster from Blade Runner 2049. And this is all metal. Really
I like your original Blade Runner pistol. I'd love to have that one.
Yeah, that one is also really nice. By the way, they just re-released it.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the original one?
The one, yeah, the original one that I have that you like, you can buy it now, and it's actually
Paragon, no?
it's actually a functional airsoft gun.
Mm.
So this is I just put this picture in here to show the kind of the base and stuff. I didn't have it all together yet, but this is the Tantive 4 from Merlin models that Mike Salzo built and painted.
Nice.
Where did that base come from?
That's from Merlin.
Mm.
It comes with the model.
No. That's another giant box that I have there. I got the Imperial shuttle because Joseph, I told you, right? That I finally, I just told him, like, you know what? Don't even paint it for me. Just send it. Like, I'm done waiting.
So this, I
want a shuttle. That's one thing I don't have here is the shuttle.
This is, I showed you my shuttle, right, Gabe?
Yeah, the one that opens. Like,
yeah, the one that's motorized.
No.
This is from Suckface Studios in the UK.
Nice.
And this is beautiful. And it is fully posable. It's all articulated. And the ears move and arms move. And it comes with a bunch of faces that you just swap out magnetically.
Oh, that's cool.
A bunch of different expressions. This is from Force Labs. This is the Wedge Snowspeeder.
Mm-hmm.
They just re-released it with a museum base and a Dennis Lawson signed plaque.
Signature. I saw that.
And then this is Mike Salzo built this ion cannon for me. That's Jason's original design.
Who did the base?
That is so when John Geigel cast these for Jason when he made the kits.
I remember.
He made this one for me because I told him I didn't want a huge base for it.
Yeah, I like it.
He modified it and made this, and then Mike painted it.
Nice.
This is another rendition of a McQuarrie Vader that was done by GEC. They did a beautiful job on this.
That looks like the cartoon version.
Yeah, I mean, it's painted flawlessly.
Yeah.
These probe droid pods were done by Ben Yetter, and I got a base for it. Jason made this base, and then I put everything together.
Yeah, it looks really good. That's a good display.
And then these are the Patrol Trooper helmet from Solo, and that's the Ghost Death Trooper helmet concept.
Yeah, that's badass.
From the Neo Novos?
Yeah, those were both De Nuo Novo. This is another GEC props.
That's cool.
Yeah. EFX was, remember EFX had them at Celebration back in the day.
Are they ever going to make it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Has anything changed, Gabe, with EFX? I mean, it was looking like after the passing of Brian, maybe they were going to step up and really start going into production with things, but
They did. Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
they
there's
have
been, yeah, they have been. Yeah, they have so many products that they pumped out ever since. I'd
I'm
probably,
telling you, it'd be really cool if they could get into some of the McQuarrie stuff again, you know?
I've brought it up.
Did you bring it up? I was wondering if you did.
Tell them to do that Stormtrooper helmet,
That's
Gabe.
Stormtrooper.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what
So
did he
this-
say? Anything?
I mean, it's not a priority right now. But,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
maybe eventually. Yeah.
But dude,
So
it
this-
would sell.
This is also from Force Labs. It's a life-size Gamorrean guard bust. This thing's amazing.
Is it at your house? Oh, it is at your house. That
Yeah.
thing's got to be huge.
Yeah, it is. It is huge, and it's heavy.
That's so funny that they use the sideshow bases.
Yeah, I know. And then this is just the most recent release, you know, from Disney.
Yeah, the Disney one.
I love this thing. It's beautiful.
No.
So okay, so that's basically everything from like 6 months. Oh wait, there's some videos. There's that's kind of how the engines flicker on the Tantive 4.
Mhm.
This is one that I couldn't resist. I got for the kids.
Hey, Buzz,
Roger that.
introduce yourself.
I'm Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger, Universe Protection Unit. My ship has crash landed here by mistake.
That thing's cool.
Pretty cool.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. So I do have just one other thing that I wanted to mention, and I wanted to. So I know not all of you know this, but a lot of you were involved in this for my birthday. A lot of you pitched in, and you guys got me this beautiful gift that just, you know, absolutely moved me. I mean, I have a lot of people to thank for this. My friend Hytham, who lives here, and, you know, Stephanie, who like went out of her way to try and track this thing down, and Ryan and Julie, who came down from Seattle, and so many people contributed to this. And, but for those of you who did and were not maybe totally familiar with what it was that was given to me, because you couldn't really see it in the like Zoom call.
Mm-hmm.
This like, I mean, this moves me to tears every time I see it. It's basically a movie pamphlet, promotional pamphlet, that was the first movie that was ever made by my favorite singer. And this pamphlet was given as a prize on a radio show, and she actually hand wrote inside the pamphlet and then signed it. And I mean, I've been looking for her autograph my entire life. So to get something like this, you know, as a collector of, you know, it's just, it brought, I mean, it still brings me to tears every time I see it. And this is dated January 28th, the day before my birthday, 1936. So it's almost 100 years old.
Wow. That's awesome.
Crazy.
Yeah. And for those of you who didn't know who she was, this is her. This is her from a Life magazine article. She was the premier Egyptian singer in the Middle East for almost the entire 20th century. Yeah, but not only did I get this, you guys got me another thing from a journal that she wrote in and signed her name. So I was blown away by this. And so I just wanted to take this opportunity for everybody who was involved in this glorious gift. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to all of you, to this community, you know, for doing something like this for me. It really meant the world to me.
That's awesome. Thank you for that, Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, and thank you for sharing all of your stuff and your pickups, man. Yeah.
It was my pleasure.
Every every time you jump on, it's always just what's next? What's that? It's literally like big cat said it. It's like Columbo. God, so just one more thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, for the last, I guess now it's what, almost probably 4 years now, right? About that we've been doing this show approximately, right? About yeah, whenever we have Joseph on, it's always some of, the ones that a lot of our viewers just love, have when we have you on sharing your stuff.
you.
Like I said, we could spend a whole 3-4 hour episode of you literally just walking through your collection room.
I know.
Because that's the thing for any of you that haven't, watched before or that's not familiar with Joseph collection. Go back into our, older episodes, go find Joseph's episodes and just sit there and just check it out, because it is just such a cool, he has like a space door, like literally like you're like in Star Trek, and opens up, and just such a cool space.
Yeah.
So we always love when you give us an update, man.
Well, I think part of I'm making an assumption here, but I think what a lot of people enjoy, it's not just the volume of stuff, but just the diversity.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. And the thing is that, I hate just showing these like random pictures and stuff, but there is so much there that I've never shown you guys.
Yeah. Still.
Yeah.
There's a massive Hot Toys collection that I haven't even unpacked yet. I'm talking about 500 pieces.
Yeah.
There's
no effing way you have room, dude.
Oh no, I know I don't have room. Well, it's funny, when Bill George was here, he said, so what are you gonna, like, what's your goal with all of this? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna give tours? Are you gonna sell tickets? Are you gonna open a museum? And I was like, I'd really love to be able to open a museum.
Yeah.
The problem is there's about 10 times more stuff than can fit in here. And so it's going to be rotated basically when I get it set up. But, I was talking to Sean Charlesworth the other day. I don't know if you guys know him. He's on Tested with Adam Savage. He works with Phil Tippett. He's on he's on Tested every so often. And he said it's crazy. Adam Savage says the same thing, that, he's got all this stuff in storage units and crates and boxes. And he's like, he just wants to get it out so he can enjoy it before he dies. And I was like, wow, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of those things, right? That's like, it kind of reminds us every single time we have like, big collectors, and especially like when the stuff's on display, kind of just reminds us of that. And Michael, I think this is a perfect, like, kind of full circle from when we started the show, or 2 hours ago. How, Michael, you were saying it's about enjoying, right? Like just at one point, it's like, all right, now it's time for me to enjoy this stuff, right?
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's hard as collectors, because new stuff comes out every time. You get the FOMO. You're like, I think it's like the Back to the Future car, right? Like from the second one. I think that's a perfect example. It's like, man, I don't need another 6-scale DeLorean. Joseph does not need another 6-scale DeLorean. But this one's cooler than the first one. And it's like, and if we don't get it, it's gonna sell out. It's limited edition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's, my wife's like, there's a new DeLorean. Yeah. There's a new DeLorean.
And Gabe, did you see that?
They gave it to me.
Yeah, that's right. They gave it
to me.
I sent you the link, Gabe, right? They're releasing Michael J. Fox's Marty's his original skateboard, not the hoverboard.
Yeah.
I sent
it's another anniversary though.
Yeah. That's a cool one too.
Yeah.
There's no end to
No, never.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing that Denise and I talk about it, and it's like, What are you gonna do with all
Far
this
from
stuff?
Death Star. Do you still have the box for the Hot Toys life-size DeLorean?
Oh, no kidding.
You know, it's really funny that DeLorean. When I got it from a dealership in Florida, right? And then I live in the Northwest, so they actually brought it in a enclosed truck. And then when they delivered it, they just opened the back of the truck, and then the DeLorean backed out. I was like, all that's missing is the smoke and the music.
That's funny.
So, by the way, I just noticed this comment that the Robeson one. So yeah, that is the Robeson Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
And yeah, where do I put all my boxes? Yeah. For a time, I was actually removing the styrofoam from the boxes, throwing that away. Anything I knew I was going to keep forever, I would take the styrofoam out, throw it away, and then cut and collapse the art box. And so I have a whole like storage where it's just like boxes like albums, right? Where it's just the flattened art boxes. So I still have them because that way, if I ever want to sell the piece, I can still open up the box, tape it, and then I can get like liquid foam in a bag and then make a custom styrofoam for whatever, just for shipping protection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've missed all these comments. So I didn't, be aware if anybody sent anything and I didn't answer. That's why I wasn't able to see any of this stuff while I was showing everything.
The Collection Wars family wants to say thank you for spending literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in sharing for us, because nobody else is going to see it.
I do it for you.
Yeah. Doesn't that really put you in a depression? You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Yeah, you don't even know.
It really does. Here's the thing. I know that the pleasure comes in being able to enjoy the pieces. But I, almost as much as that, I enjoy the process of commissioning the pieces, working with someone, like Jason doing that McQuarrie Falcon with Jason, right? Taking it right back to the first piece I showed you. That was just such a beautiful thing to be able to experience, doing that collaboration, tracking down the figures, having someone scan them, having Jason print them, the metal armature being done by Mike Reeder, and it's just, there's so many people that contribute to this. And that collaboration is just, it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful.
See, for me, it's the displaying part of it. That's my favorite part. Like after I open it and all that, like just have it, and then thinking about like, okay, like how is this going to be displayed? Where is it going to be? For me, that's like, I get really excited about that part. Like, so that's why I get frustrated, because again, the space, because like I have these cool pieces that I want to display properly, which I'm sure you're in that same boat. And that's
why I built that huge gallery, right? It was to display. It was because I'd been collecting for years before we even built the house, and I had it in my mind, how I was going to do everything, and very museum style with acrylic risers and plaques and the whole thing. But it's just so hard, to find the time. I mean, look, I had all this week off. I didn't work. I spent it all sitting in front of my computer doing my taxes.
No. Hey guys, I want to just take a moment, because there's a lot of people that are in the modeling community, and I'd like to, for those of you guys that have watched some of our early edition shows, we've had a lot of really good studio scale modelers and collectors, and the one guy who I was before I knew Joseph, that I actually was influenced by when it came to, I think anybody really, before a lot of people even knew about the studio scale models, what a studio scale model was, and pretty much in general, just how to get a studio model, And when I started collecting, I had found this YouTube video that was showing all of the red leaders. It was showing, red one, and we're talking about Mr. Kurt Coon. And I was talking to Big Cat Pete the other day, and it's been about 4 months ago. I try to stay in touch with Kurt. And for those of you guys that don't know who Kurt Coon is, I invite you guys to look way back in our history, like so many other really great people that we've had on here. And he had, hands down, one of the largest personal model collections in the world. And not just that, but he created modeler magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, models, miniatures, and magic. It's
Yes,
a website,
and
it's a repository for all that.
that's right. And he created this for artists of beginners to people like, Steve Golly. I mean, it didn't matter how good you were of an artist, but he would allow these people to create these awesome, badass models and create them on his channel, put them on his channel. And I'm saying this respectfully, but it could be a model that it just, to a lot of professionals, like, ooh, but he didn't care. He was very proud to show these badass things. And it's just amazing what he's done for the art form. And so that being said, I really looked into, and Joseph knew this and Gabe knew this, but I was really looking into, he wanted me to take over Modeler Magic. But as Gabe knows, I am not a techie person, and there's a lot involved in keeping up with this channel. So he ended up letting a guy up, and his name is Chris, up in Europe, take over. So if you guys ever get a chance to take a look at Modeler Magic, it's badass. But anyways, what I'm going with this is, for those of you that don't know, Kurt is in very bad health right now. And when I was talking to Pete the other day, he said, "Hey, have you talked to Kurt?" And I just wanted to share this heart message because I was talking to him about, his collection, because that's kind of what made me think about this, is what are we going to do with all these things? God forbid if something happens to us or whatever. But he said all of his built items have gone for years now. He only has a couple of props and unbuilt things that are left that he was trying to get rid of. He was saying that I told him that I missed him, and he says he missed me too. He says, "I have just been placed on Alzheimer's and dementia medication that allows me to stay in the moment mostly. I've dwindled these past months and getting by moment to moment, but not much any longer. It is well, and is how all is supposed to unfold for the knowledge it shall bring to us all in eternity. Milani," that's his wife, "and his family have all been truly great helping him get through this." He said, "Also, thank you for carrying on this amazing art form. The world needs you, Mike. Your path is clear, my brother. You are indeed great." And this is about as much as I can think right now, and it is taking me a while to type. So I must sign off and tell you thank you. Keep bringing joy and challenge to the world of brothers and sisters who have forgotten who they truly are. Never give up, never surrender. The force is with you, and this is the way. I love you. Peace be unto you, brother. So those of you guys out there, if y'all could say a prayer for Kurt Coon. And
Wow.
I just wanted to say, dude, I love you, dude, and thank you for everything that you have done for the art form of studio models. And that obviously, I mean, the little things that you are doing, you have influenced, and inspired so many people like Joseph and me, and so other many people, to do this crazy ass stuff. So it's continuing to go, which is really, really cool,
Yeah.
But I just wanted to share that heartwarming text I got from him yesterday.
Yeah, it was through Kurt it was through his website that I first saw your gallery.
Yeah.
And then when Gabe introduced me to you, I was just like, oh my God, wait a second.
Yeah. We talked till like 4 a.m. that night.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you guys ever want to go back and watch that show, that's some of the greatest things, period, about Gabe and our channel, is the amazing, from Roger Christian to Don Post, all these crazy interviews and these crazy stories. And I know a lot of them went to other channels and did some interviews, but we have some very, very unique stories will and would have never been told if it wasn't for this channel, which is really kick ass. And it's going to be something, and I've said this and Gabe has said it, that, we'll be carrying on, past us. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kirk is such a great guy. And you could see it. Yeah, if you guys go back and watch his episode, he is just such a sweetheart. I was fortunate to meet him at a convention. Remember I told you I
that's
saw him
right.
randomly.
That's
And I was
right.
like, hey, Kirk, like, do you remember me? And yeah, man, that's so
Yeah, and he's just so you guys know, he's like my age.
Yeah.
So he's very young, and he's a God person. He's very, very spiritual, and he's focused, and But I just remember all of our damn conversations, and I know it's hard for him to talk sometimes, but I just I want his legacy of everything that he did in the art form to continue. So
yeah,
it's easy to forget how fragile life is, and how, I mean, we don't have forever ahead of us.
no.
So, I mean, I was reminded of this. I build a lot of models and stuff, and, and I got back into modeling because of a guy on YouTube that I used to watch. His name was Boyd Crompton, and he had a channel called Trekworks. And this is a guy who, like, he started building models on his coffee, on this like little TV tray tables in front of his TV, and then moved to his garage and built a workshop, and he was a huge inspiration.
Yeah.
I don't think he was maybe a couple years older than me. And then the next thing you know, he's saying, I'm going to have to sell off a lot of the models that I built. If anybody's interested, I'm trying to raise money for my chemotherapy.
Mm-hmm.
He had colon cancer. It had metastasized. And then the next thing you know, he passed away.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really, really sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing is that so many of the people in this community serve to inspire others. And, that's how
that's a fact. It's a fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So message. Yeah. So again, that's the message. It's always been the message, right? Just enjoy it, what you love, and inspire other people, and, just.
So,
yeah, and it's crazy though, because I know we've talked about this a couple times. I'm just going to say this real fast. So it's like Denise and I have really, and I said this about a month ago, because I was supposed to still do this yearly walkthrough tour that everybody does. And I said, give me a week, and I still haven't done it. It's been like a month and a half because I had other new stuff come in. I wanted to put it on there. But after those fires, like we talked about on the last show, I really have thought, not just because of the fires, but just, it's like, what if I do sell off? What would I keep? And we're on a big ranch, and if we want to downsize and just have a normal size home with just a couple little pieces in there, what will those pieces be? And I find myself back to my freaking Star Wars action figures and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's the craziest damn thing, right, Joseph? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
you mean you're not going to pick up that 8-foot Star Destroyer and run out in the?
I know it's crazy though, because I've been doing things that it's just, I don't know. I just gotta really focus. But one thing that I have thought of, if we ever did, I hope Denise is off the channel now. She was watching, but if we ever did another like dark side, that would be like in San Antonio or something. I think I would create like a studio scale restaurant where people could come in and see this stuff, kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's something that's on my mind, because I'm limited where we're at over at the other place. I'll continue. I'm doing a really cool Rambo prop with that badass knife that you got me, Joseph.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait to show you. So,
oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, just all the things. It's just like, man, if I just need to focus. I just don't have time in my life at 55 years old to really enjoy all this stuff.
No.
So like when you showed me that prop gun, don't be sending me any more shit. Anybody that's friends of mine, let's make it.
All right, sorry about that, Michael.
Yeah, don't send
well,
me.
So I know I couldn't take you guys through the room, but one of the things that popped up on my phone when I was going through the photos was a picture that I took just before we went and all met up in Disneyland. You remember that? Right, just like 2021, I think.
I think so, yeah.
And so I here, let me make this big. You want to switch back over?
Yeah.
To the shared screen?
Yeah. Yeah,
so that's a big panoramic. That room is so filled right now.
Can you zoom
really
in
good,
and
Justin.
pan?
Huh?
Can you zoom in and then just like
Yeah.
Gabe.
Well, because here's the thing. Again, it's all about the scale, right? That's a life-size Han Solo and Carbonite. Like that's
Yeah.
Like
You can't really tell the scale from the photo. That's a life-size Han Solo. That's the life-size Darth Maul bust, right? Those are, that's the Jazz Inc. Justice League, Batmobile. There's the props, Ghostbusters props from Hollywood Collectibles.
Yeah.
That TARS is a model from Randy Cooper. These are all Hot Toys vehicles, the Batman vehicles, the Ecto 1, the 1/6 scale, Time Machine, all the Back to the Future props.
No.
Blade Runner, Fifth Element. Now there's a ZF1, the gun from Fifth Element, right? That's going to go.
And this is what, 4 years ago, 3?
Yeah, but 4 years ago. But
and right in the center of that room, guys, right, is where you're going to be putting that center shelf for your studio models.
Right. So so there's the prototype ZF1. I sold that. That one got gifted and got replaced by the new one that I have. Those are all the Randy Bowen busts, or Randy Bowen statues here that he gave me. Hold on, let's go back. Let's zoom out. So just to reference what we were talking about before, just to give you an idea of scale. So from this point here to the back of that power supply on the floor there, that's 18 feet. And then 4 feet wide, 18 feet deep will give a 4-foot wide walkway all around it.
Nice.
It'll be 4 levels, and then it'll all be lit just like these shelves are lit. And then they will house all of the models, and then right on the front of the island, mounted right on the front, will be the Death Star that Mike just finished. So it'll be the first thing that you see when you walk into the room, like in your face. And then all the other studio models will be on that island.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is a big space. So you remember how I said I was going to have a wall with all the swords and stuff and jetpacks? That's this wall. This wall is 12 feet wide and 9 feet high.
Excuse me.
So a lot of stuff will go there. Oh, there's my these gotta get out and get put in the NASA cabinet. This is a footprint of the moon landing.
Cool.
That fake footprint, Michael.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, it's not the highest quality photo. It was a panoramic, but Yeah.
Yeah, but just so people understand.
Yeah, just to visualize the space again. Since I haven't walked you guys through it in a while.
I forgot actually where the shelving looked, didn't you, Gabe?
Yeah.
It looks badass. I like the white.
Yeah.
It really makes the pieces pop. Hey,
well, and I always used to say this here. Let me come back.
Joseph, did you get the new Superman Clark Kent one?
I did. I took it out. I made sure it wasn't broken, and then I packed it back.
I broke the damn glasses. I glued them.
Are you serious?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nothing like. I got it though, Joseph. I fixed it. I didn't.
Oh, you fixed it.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I was going to tell you, you mentioned the white shelving, and I always say this to people. For Gabe's display, his dark shelving is perfect because he has one thing in each cabinet with a spotlight on it.
Yes.
So that's great. So then the area around the item is dark, and the light spotlights and highlights the one item that's in the cabinet.
Yes.
For someone like me that's going to do a museum display with multiple items in the cabinet, the white is what you want because it separates visually, it separates everything out for you. But if you go to like the Chihuly Museum in Tacoma, Washington, or in Seattle, the Chihuly Museum in Seattle, you see the pieces, his glass pieces, they have them, they're displayed just like Gabe's helmets, each one in its own black cubby with a spotlight right on the glass piece.
Yeah.
But if I tried to display all my stuff in a black cabinet, it would just be, everything would get lost. It would just be a jumble.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's already a jumble. But once they get put on acrylic risers and they have little placards and stuff, it'll look really cool.
Yeah.
I have been able to do that with some things, and it does look good. So I know the concept is sound once I'm done.
I think
that is Christian, the hyperdrive, the hyperdrive, the guy who runs the hyperdrive Facebook group. His displays are like that. He has white displays and he has everything kind of grouped together.
I'm telling you, I think at one point the way to do it is just like taking everything. I mean, like literally remove and then going piece by piece, just like your favorite pieces, and then that way all the stuff that's like left over, that's the stuff you can rotate in, as opposed to right now kind of just trying to make it fit.
Yeah, the problem is that if I am going to remove it all, I'm not sure where I'm going to remove it to.
Yeah.
I mean, just
all I can do is like
just do it little by little. You can just do it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like just shift it and then just kind of
like,
do one whole section, and then
like all those statues that were donated to you from your friend.
Yeah.
I mean, are you going to put every one of them in there?
Well, that's the thing. They're all there right now, but
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean that's the thing. I put them in there just to honor Randy.
Enough said. Yeah.
And now he lives 5 minutes away from me. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing that I really love about this area too, is there's a huge community of, just a couple of nights ago, I went to dinner with Randy. So Randy Bowen, who's the sculptor, Michael Key was there, who's an Emmy award-winning makeup artist. He actually worked on, it wasn't, I think he may have worked on Enemy Mine. He worked on Alien Nation. You remember Alien Nation? He's been doing makeup, this entire time. Michael Possert was there, the Rocketeer guy, the guy who worked on Iron Man. My friend Charles Babbage, who's the art director at Michael Curry Design Studio, who does if you go to Universal Studios and you see the Transformers walking around, Charles designed and made all those suits.
Oh, that's crazy.
Badass.
Yeah. So it's great community of people up here, but sorry, tangent.
No, good.
All right.
So that's again, moral of the story: get your guys' displays up, and enjoy your collection.
Exactly.
Before it's too late.
Yeah, that's exactly. That was perfect, Gabe.
On that somber note.
So Gabe, when are y'all leaving to Celebration?
The mid-April. So we still got about 3 weeks. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll definitely try to get another show in before you leave.
Yeah. Next week. So Wednesday's my birthday, and then on Thursday we're gonna go up to Anaheim for WonderCon. So we're gonna be up in WonderCon and for the new Star Wars thing at Disneyland. So we'll be there this weekend. So I might not be able to do a show on Saturday because we'll be up there. But I'm sure, early April,
let's
week.
try to make it happen.
Yep.
I'm going to a pizza convention to Vegas on Monday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, isn't that weird? A pizza convention.
Hey.
So,
Can't go wrong with that.
No, exactly.
Cool. All right, guys.
Well,
Joseph,
very cool.
Thank you again for jumping on and sharing your collection. Always a pleasure.
Hey, it's great to be here. I love being on here with you guys. I love showing all this stuff. I have a whole nother list of things to show you next time I'm on, and I'll take you around the room. For
You
sure.
always a walkthrough.
I owe you a walkthrough for sure.
Joseph, there's so many husbands out there that are like, look, come here, honey. See, look at this guy's collection. I don't have nothing compared to that collection. You know what I mean? So
I
can I
don't have
please
a-
buy
I don't
this on
have a
Friday?
problem. I don't have a problem. He has a problem.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's
You know, Gabe, me and him always, Joseph and I are always back and forth.
Just yeah.
I'm done. I'm done.
Yes,
I'm not buying another thing.
Yeah. See that.
Buy it, Joseph. Get it, dude.
Focus.
Get it.
Stay focused. Stay
That's
disciplined. Only
Yes.
only focus on certain things.
That's
For
right.
sure.
Cool.
Yeah, just anything movie related, Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
In the last century.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, guys,
exactly.
thank you guys for
That's where
joining us
my
tonight.
collection
Appreciate it.
starts with 1903. It's crazy.
Again, everybody, thank you for your Saturday evening. It's always good to see you guys. Gabe, love you, brother. Joseph, you know I love you, dude.
Love you too, man. Have
All
a
right,
great
I'll see
night.
you guys
Thank
soon.
you so much for having me on again.
Oh, it's always fun.